Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee with Kem and Hills. It is Black Blazer Tuesday.
Bet you didn't know that was a thing, but it is.
Yeah, I hope you all need to run to your room, get your black blazer on, pour yourself a cup of coffee, and come talk finances with us. Come on. Makes you feel very official.
It does.
And when you talk finances, you kind of want to feel official.
It's true. It's like on Wednesdays we wear pink, but on Tuesdays we wear black blazers and talk finance.
And you can sit with us.
And you can sit with us.
Always.
Please join us at any time. This is an open forum.
Yeah, it's an open, safe space for everybody.
Open community.
I mean, I sit here and make a fool of myself on the daily because I'm talking finances whilst learning about them at the same time.
Oh, that's not true.
It's a tricky adventure every day.
It's always fun to expand your mind. I'm learning every day too, and I think that's what's fun about this channel and doing this show together is that it's definitely been a learning experience.
Yes, and oftentimes I'll be like, wait, Hillary, what does this mean? I like to put her on the spot, you know. I'm like, you must know your husband's a financial advisor. You must have all of this information in your head somewhere.
And sometimes I have the answer. Sometimes I do not.
Most of the time you do. I don't think I've ever run into you not having it. It's pretty remarkable. Well, I need to try harder. Yeah, I'm gonna really get her good with one of these days, and then we'll be like, oh, we'll have to look it up and come back to you. Just evil co-host over here.
Definitely the supportive environment we want to be in. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, that we were just pitching 5 minutes ago. Okay, we're gonna get into it. Our hot topics. This first one is fun. I don't know how famous this was. I have not heard of it before, but if you haven't, now you are. Okay, how the one was won. The saga behind what could have been America's priciest home. This is from the Wall Street Journal, and it just felt like one of those true Hollywood stories.
It did. The article certainly read like that. It was just like, oh, this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this went wrong. And
yeah, it's a drama. It is a drama. I'd pay to watch it. Okay, so Niall Niami. Am I saying that right, do you think?
Sure.
I mean, my guess is as good as yours, I guess.
That's pretty much what I was thinking.
If Niall's watching this, that would be amazing. You can correct me, please. Niall Niami had big real estate dreams of developing a $500 million home in LA. That would have been the biggest listing to ever sell ever.
Yeah.
In the history of real estate. I told you, this is dramatic stuff.
Well, it's easily dramatic. The house is 105,000 square feet of house, not land.
House.
That
includes a nightclub, jellyfish aquarium, which is very important.
Very important.
A casino and 5 pools.
Yes.
5.
Yes. As well as there's a bowling alley.
Yeah, a bowling alley. There's probably a movie theater. There's probably
multiple bars.
Ballrooms and I don't know, come on.
Yeah, we'll get into it, but that what? Who needs that much space?
Who does need that much space? I don't know. It would have to be a very large family that doesn't ever want to leave.
Or doesn't want to see each other.
Yeah, or doesn't want to see each other at all. They're this is my pool. This is my pool today. But because of unpaid debt and a bankruptcy proceeding, the house auctioned for just $126 million plus commissions and fees. So, needless to say, Niall Niami lost a lot of money.
Yeah, it didn't even cover the debts on the actual.
Yeah, there's such a thing as dreaming too big.
Yes,
apparently.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So he bought the land for $28 million, just the land.
Yes.
And then built this humongous house over the course of 10 years.
Yes.
It wasn't even quite finished. They had to start and stop construction multiple times.
And everyone knew about it too.
Right.
So it's everyone's in your business as well. And apparently he was is like, he has a social media presence, he's like a party boy. He flaunts his real estate online. He was not hiding this, so it probably made it a bit of an embarrassment, maybe a blow to the ego a little bit. But and he also ended up losing $44 million in the process.
Yeah. I mean, I think he has an interesting story. He started out lower income family, San Fernando Valley, worked in a special effects company for, the movie business, and then started flipping houses on the side.
For like under $300,000,
And then built up that to doing slightly higher end condos.
Yep.
And then started really getting into this luxury real estate where he was developing these beautiful, what they call spec houses.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Yeah.
But, and I think probably one of the people that has helped to drive that modern aesthetic, that modern luxury aesthetic in the LA area that you see that's so popular in all the real estate shows. I mean,
Selling Sunset.
I watch $1 Million Listing LA.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I love Josh Flagg. He's my favorite.
And Selling Sunset, I watched that.
Yeah.
Judge Away. It's good drama. Can't help it.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, as we know, real estate drama is real drama.
Yeah, especially in California.
Yeah.
Apparently. Yeah. He bought he bought one home for $8.2 million and sold it for $44 million. So I mean, it's not like this guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Right. He certainly had a track record, and they talked about how he was really good at putting in these beautiful luxury
items,
high-end items into houses that really made people want to buy them, and getting top dollar even more price per square foot than anybody had ever gotten before.
He knew how to make them feel special and unique, and it would appeal to like that kind, those people. You know what I mean? He also used unconventional marketing techniques. One listing featured female models covered in gold paint wearing black lingerie and chainmail. What? Okay. And another model was swimming naked in the pool.
I mean, it sounds like he was appealing to a certain kind of customer.
Yeah, like he was trying to recreate the Playboy Mansion or something.
He was quoted in the article because he did have a pajama party at his house during his party days, and he was wearing a silk robe, and he was quoted as saying something to the effect of, well, wearing a silk robe is actually very modest at a pajama party. And you're just like, okay, bro.
I don't want to know what you wear or don't wear to bed, bro. So he actually bought this house for $28 million and was planning to flip it into a $500 million home. But this is important. It was part of a marketing scheme, like putting it at $500 million, apparently.
Yes.
Because he realistically was looking to sell it at $200 to $250 million.
Yeah.
So, and it worked. It got a lot of attention, didn't it?
But it took a long time. They had lots of buyers over the years that while it was still under construction, nobody really wanted to take the bait. He at one point decided that he actually wanted to take it off the market and turn it into an event space because it's so big.
With holograms of all of our famous dead, like Marilyn
Celebrities
Monroe
and whatnot.
And yeah.
He hosts the Academy Awards there.
He aspired to host the Academy Awards, that's right.
I don't know how the space would have been used for that, but
But it essentially was just too big for people to envision it being a residential property for them. So he struggled to find a buyer, and then he ended up, the house went into auction, and then it was sold, but for much less than what he had put into it. And there you are, $44 million under. Good story, though. Yeah. Makes for a good hot topic.
Yeah, it makes.
Thank you, Niall.
Yeah,
Naomi.
exactly.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we will be right back with another hot topic. Welcome back, everyone. We have another hot topic for you. We're staying in California today.
Yep. It's California kind of day.
So this one, San Francisco races clock for comeback with tech gloom deepening. Okay, so
this one's from Bloomberg.
Bloomberg.
This one was close to my heart.
I know, you're from San.
Yeah. I lived there for many, many years.
Yeah, they've been hit hard.
They've been hit really hard by the pandemic. I think it's an interesting, we'll talk a little bit more about like the specifics of the article, but I think it's an interesting reckoning that the city is trying to come to given their current situation. They have lost more population per by share of other large metropolitan areas throughout the pandemic, and that's because a lot of those people were tech workers. And a lot of it's the higher income tech workers and a lot of the younger people who are spending a lot more money within the economy of the city, and so it's affecting the everyday economy of the city.
Right.
Which
at downtown, huh?
Which is so funny. Oh my God. When I was reading that, they're rebranding the financial district, which everybody calls FIDI, to the downtown district, which because of they want it to be a place where like tourists come and people come on the weekends and there's things to do there. And
so tourists, when they hear the FIDI, like the financial district, they're like, that's
right. I mean, it's literally an area that you walk through to get to other areas in the city. Like you're walking through it to get to, the ferry building in Embarcadero. You're walking through it to go to the Transit America building to North Beach.
Let's bring them in.
Well, the other thing is that even pre-pandemic, there is nothing open on the weekends there.
Right.
Like you can't find an open coffee shop. You can't find an open bagel shop. You can't find maybe a few like breakfast places, but like very far and in between.
So they're gonna have to rethink the whole functionality of the downtown. Like it has to become something that like
that people want to actually visit on the weekends.
Right. They don't want to feel like they've been hoodwinked. Like they're like, wait, we were told to come here. And nothing's here.
Exactly. And it's, it's one of the areas where the blocks are a little bit longer than in other areas of the city.
Right.
So, you're
so
walking.
There's stuff going on. You're like, I'm just walking in this vast, just like nothingness.
And the tall buildings, and you're just like, what? This doesn't have the San Francisco charm.
Is it also hilly there? So you're like,
not particularly. So that's the one saving grace, that it is more of the flat area.
So it could become like a nice walking tourist area if things started opening up, and maybe like there were some events or whatever it is that could pull them in. Well, it sounds like they're trying.
They're trying to definitely turn around both tourists and business people coming back to the office.
Right.
Business travelers as well, who I didn't realize this, but apparently business travelers spend more than tourists do.
Okay. I guess business travelers spend more than tourists do, really?
Yeah, that's what the article said.
That's interesting. You would think it would be the other way around because business travelers are so used to going. They probably just like go, check into the hotel, and then like, but
I guess if it's on, your company's paying for it, you're like, oh, I'll get that more expensive meal.
That's
like
true.
I don't
like room service.
Right?
Yes. Yes. But yeah, there's like some not so great things happening that's hurting San Francisco. The big tech boom is slowing down because it's a big tech.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it was such a great housing market, why a lot of people moved there was to be near the Googles, the Apples, the Salesforces, like all LinkedIn, Lyft.
Yeah.
Twitter, like
it's there.
All of it.
Like,
Facebook, Meta. And they would bus people, because these tech companies, which are mostly based on the peninsula and like Mountain View, they realized that that's where they could have the land to have these huge campuses.
Right.
But people didn't want to live down in suburbia. So they had buses that people would take back and forth. And you could like work on the buses and like it was a fun thing to do, apparently. I was never part of that. Or I don't know, fun, but like it was just made the ease of commuting a lot better.
So these tech companies are huge for the economy there.
Huge for the economy. Right. And a lot of them are now remote, like either fully or, most days of the week.
Right, which as we've learned, if people aren't actually coming into work, then it is hurting the downtown, isn't it? Because people aren't going out for lunch. People aren't, interacting with like that downtown area and
those small businesses or even, chains like the Starbucks, the Pete's Coffee.
Yep.
The Phil's Coffee, if you've had Phil's.
Phil's Coffee. We have a San Fran expert here today. This is great.
A very passionate San Franner, if you will.
I've only been once. I had a great experience, but yeah, I don't have this kind of knowledge. But Apple and Google plan to slow hiring. Tesla and Lyft have cut jobs already.
Yep.
And the pricey housing market is cooling. So office workers and tourists have been slow to return to the city's downtown. So there's a lot going on all at once.
Well, and then on top of all of that, there is certainly this image that's out there of the homelessness.
Yeah.
And, it is such a sad situation. It has been bad for many, many years.
Right.
I want to say at least, 15, longer than that, 15 years. Has just steadily gotten worse and certainly exacerbated by the pandemic.
Of course.
And,
it's created a reputation for the city that makes people feel like maybe it isn't a place that they want to go visit or... Right.
Or a place that they want to go, the place that they feel safe, you know? Yeah. And there's certainly, because it is a big city and this happens anywhere, you can walk down one street and be totally fine and then turn the corner and be on a street where you're like, oh, I don't feel safe here.
Yeah.
And especially if you're trying to attract tourist dollars and people back to the city.
Right.
That's a hard thing to get past.
Yep.
And it's so visible because people are just camping on the side of the street.
Yeah.
It's, and there's just encampments that are there. One of my girlfriends lives in the Mission and she just had a 8-person encampment. It's just a regular sidewalk.
Right.
And it popped up overnight and it was there for 3 weeks until she was calling the cops every single day. And, finally they did move people away from there, but where are they going to go? What, how, it's not fixing anything. And I think that that's also the hard thing is that there's no, how do we fix the root cause of that problem so it's not an issue? Right.
Which is a whole other topic to dive into, which was not covered in the article. But I've toured through there, and when we were on tour, that was one of the cities where you had to have a walking buddy.
Yeah.
And you're usually given an option of a few different hotels that you can stay in. And if you were at the 2 that were closest to the theater, you still had to have a walking buddy, even though you were a couple of blocks away.
Yes.
And if you were the one further away, we had a shuttle taking us back and forth. So I even had that in my head, that sort of reputation of, safety and is it safe and all of that. So they have some hurdles that they need to overcome, but it looks like they're trying to take some active steps, and that's good.
Attracting conventions back, trying to get workers back into the office at least a couple days a week.
Creating event spaces out of the places that have closed down and trying to, lure in the tourists. And so support San Fran.
Yeah. Go visit. It's a beautiful city.
It is a beautiful city. It really is.
Be wary of the homeless people.
Yes.
But it's fine.
Yes, be safe.
There's a lot of great food.
Be safe. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but we will be right back to talk about the shows airing today on ROI TV. Welcome back, everyone. I just wanted to remind you to catch today's episodes of Cunningham Legal, Mortgage Q&A with AJ, Medicare School, and Elder Needs Law. You can catch them all on ROI TV. Where at?
You can find us on Distro TV, which you can download on any of your devices or TVs. You can look for us in the business section there. Otherwise, you can find us on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or on your device, whether it's an Apple or Android.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Coffee with Kim and Hills. We'll see you tomorrow with another big old cup of coffee.